Hello, welcome to the Urban Fairy. I thought I would do a quick video before I head off to the theater. Happy Beltane to any of you out there who celebrate it. I celebrate it, but I celebrate it by the lunar calendar, so my Beltane will be the 12th of May. Anyway, 2 thrift shops, 2 marketplace buys. What did I get? Let's get to it. I'm slowly learning to take my time and actually look at stuff. So, for example, my son and I were going to the market on Saturday morning, and it wasn't very expensive, but what I looked at from afar, I thought was really interesting. Piece. It feels like it's made from something organic. Yeah. And I thought that was like part of the design of the material. It's not. It's, if you look really closely, probably a mouse has been chewing on that. So that sucks. It's got an old shepherd's hook clasp, but I could wear it backward if I wore it, which I probably wouldn't, but there you go. And that was $3. I really liked this a lot. I thought that was really interesting until I realized that this needs to be resoldered. But guess what? I just ordered I had it delivered. Actually, 2 of them. I must have hit 2. Soldering guns for jewelry, so they're really tiny. I haven't soldered jewelry yet. I have to watch a few videos, but aside from that, this piece is really nice. There's no tag or mark on it, but yeah, I'm not sure what that is. It's sort of moonstone looking, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so I've soldered with stained glass, but I've never soldered with jewelry. So that was that. And then I got this just because I really liked the look of it. It's a turquoise color, and I'm not sure what the material is. Probably just plastic. I still liked it. I thought that layered with I have other turquoise things would be really nice. And I think this one was what? Oh, that was $4. Wow, I just went out for that one. Anyway, and I bought this just because it was a nice heavy chain. There's no mark on it, but it certainly is not magnetic, if I remember correctly. For some reason, oh no, never mind. It's very magnetic. It's just that those kind of chains, really nice for layering or putting a big glass pendant on or something. So I got that, and then the last thing I got were these earrings, which I knew kind of right away were silver, and I think they're pretty cool. And they were $2. That looks like a 5, but it's backwards. So that's what I got from that thrift store. And then I was watching, I think it was Gems. She had a live auction, and she put $65 on puka shells, and I was like, wow, because I was just putting them in the boxes that I was returning stuff to thrift shops. Little did I know that puka shells are selling for a lot, like some of them well over 100. So I did find these 2 at another local thrift shop. This one's really interesting. It's not magnetic, so those might be silver, and then this one's a little plainer. But how cool was that? And then those 2, I think what, $2 and $3. And then I picked this up. It's just on a cord, but I loved the glass, so I will do something different with that. I think that's really neat. So that's what I got. And then I found on Marketplace a woman selling stuff, a box for $10. And this is your, all that glitters is not gold, but it's shiny, and this is a shiny lot. So the first is this charm bracelet sort of thing. The charms don't hang, but it's all on chain, and it's for a person who works in the medicinal field. It's medicine bottles and the I forget what you call it, the symbol for medicine and so on. And then got an enameled bracelet, really pretty, really pretty. And that's got some nice turquoise color in it, and a sparkly one. And what else? I got a faux pearl on a chain. Still quite nice, eh? And remember, this was $10. Got a rhodium plated, don't know what's underneath it, bracelet. And that's how that works. Rhodium plated is, they do it a lot over silver sometimes. Anyway, and it tricks you into thinking something's silver when it isn't, because it's non-magnetic as well. So there's that. Here's just a pendant, really pretty. Again, I believe it's the bail is silver. That's the back of it, but still nice. I thought it was an earring, but it looks like it's a pendant. And then this one, again, a big sparkly piece. The nice thing is nothing's missing from this, so everything is where it should be. Again, no maker's mark, but that's pretty pretty sparkly. Then this bracelet and this bracelet, nothing too special there. Another pendant, shiny, and I haven't tested any of these, but this I did look up, and it's more expensive than I thought. What did this say? Yeah, a brooch exactly the same was like $65, and I don't know, it feels buttery, it feels like gold, so I'm not sure, but still thought it was cool. And well, that's interesting. So it's got the kind of findings that you expect with gold or silver. The thing that looks like a 925. So the chain is 925. So it must be for May, like over gold over silver. Still thought that was pretty incredible. This really pretty brooch, really like that. It's really delicate. And this is gonna look better on her. Just a sparkly, well made. It's not vintage. It's newer. Still really well made. Rhinestone necklace. And this, I thought this was kind of fun. It's Lexan or plastic, or one of those plastics, and it's got a big knot diamond in it. Still, I thought that was fun. Again, $10. Who's complaining here? Certainly not me. This was lovely. I don't know what it is about this, but this again is a pendant, not an earring, and that's what it looks like. And it's really well made. I believe it's prong set, and yeah. you know, I'm almost thinking that that should be tested for little diamonds because it's pretty incredibly beautiful. And a pair of rhinestone earrings. They're screwbacks. Oh, they say something. I forgot now what it is. Continental. So they're continental earrings. And then this tiny little brooch. Again, nothing I've tested, but those look like amethyst. I believe there's, is there one missing? Or none missing? Oh, it doesn't look like there's any missing. Really pretty though. Yes. Yeah. And so that was in the $10 box. And so all I've got left to show you, I told you it was going to be short. I'm going to see Marion Bridge tonight, and it's in a neighboring town. And tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm going to go out again and see an Irish film. So what did I get that I'm excited about? Well, I saw it on Marketplace. One bracelet, $10. No, there's no markings. She didn't say silver, anything, but I looked at that and I went, oh yeah, that's definitely silver. And this is it. Isn't that fabulous? Now, I thought right away, either Southwestern or Native Canadian, but I believe it's more Middle Eastern than that. So that's what it looks like close. That's the back of it. And you know, I would even say 3 or 4 months ago, I was so less trained about what's gold and what's silver. I'm still not great on gold because I don't buy gold much. I'm not that fussy on it, but I could see this was silver, and you can feel it's silver. And that's the clasp, and of course it's not magnetic. Nothing on it is, yeah, it's all, but is like, and so I'm looking, going, you know, there's got to be a point where I stop buying a bunch of stuff where most of it is stuff I won't use, or God knows when I even attempt to sell. Just showing you that again, and just buy stuff that's really beautiful. And I think that is really beautiful. I'm not selling that because I'm in love with it, and that's all I got. But it was a good week. I'm still out flogging my book, which is the hardest part about being a self-published writer. I had one day I'll tell you about it, this crazy situation with a publisher that was supposed to proudly represent women. And then I've had a few people not thrilled, well, not a few, but a couple, 2 people, not thrilled with what I wrote. And it's all true, and it's my story, and I stayed away from gossipy things, and I also didn't sell people down the river. I didn't throw them under the bus. It was just my story I'm telling, and the story is stories around every lover I've had. So it's called The Jazz Musician's Daughter, and you know, don't read it if you're not into that kind of thing. But it only took me 10 years to write, and anyway, it's been an experience, and I found afterwards that I was really sad. And it's like, it wasn't sad in the way that when you, like I run a theater company, when you finish a show, you sometimes get a little bit down because it's all over, all the excitement is gone. But this was different, and I couldn't place it because, well, I mean, there's so much shit going on in the world. I'm allowed to be sad. I was at my doctor's, and she said, you know, how are you? And I said, well, sometimes I'm a little bit sad. And she said, do you think you need medication for that? And I said, No, I think anyone who isn't feeling a little bit sad needs medication. She just laughed. So I had to really try to figure out what was going on with me, and I realized that at my age, tomorrow is my birthday, and I will be 67, and I'm almost choking on that. I've been 10 years writing this, and it's not like, trust me, it's not like I sat down every day for 3 hours. I would let it go for like 2 or 3 years because I lost interest. And then I'd remember a story and I'd make notes in that man's chapter. I would make notes to remember this because this was really funny. The book is mostly funny. And I realized that I have spent all this time, and then especially the intensity of editing and re-editing and picking a cover. And I had my friend Bruce help me; he was amazing. And then hold your breath and put it out there because this is a memoir. It's hard to do that, but I realized I was sad because it was that time period was over. I had the privilege of living through the 80s again, and the 90s, a little bit of the 70s. And it was really wonderful, and it made me feel like that youthful feeling. And so my advice is, don't publish the book. You know, you could even burn it, but write about your life when you were in your heyday, having fun and, you know, doing what you probably shouldn't be doing. Write about it, and you don't have to do anything with it. But if you're around my age and you're feeling a little bit like, well, now we're in the final chapter of, do it, because I got to relive all of those relationships I had. And I didn't have bad ones. I've had, you know, a few mediocre ones, but not bad. And I got to live there, and I got to revisit all the things that I did in those eras. Like I had my son later, and in the 80s was like the music was great. I sang in a couple of bands, hated it, but I did do it, and dated a lot of musicians, and it was pretty wonderful. And I don't have very many regrets in my life. So that's my advice to you, is maybe revisit if you're feeling like, you know, like this is all the fun is over. Go back and revisit the stuff that was fun, and either write about it or write a song about it, or just talk to a girlfriend over some wine about it. But that's why I was sad, was then I had to let go of that, and that was harder than I thought. So that's the end of my story, and I've got a lot of them. But thanks for being here, and Marketplace. And if anybody knows, I did Google search it, and stuff came up very similar. Now I can't even remember what country. Tibet. That's where they said. And so if anybody out there who's smarter than me, which isn't difficult, knows, is this a kind of, like, it doesn't look like dyed howlite. That has a real specific look. Does that look like turquoise to you? Because it does to me. And I would love to know. Yeah. So that's my video. And wherever you are, whatever time it is, whoever you are, have a great day. And I'm going to the theater now. See ya.